So kids don't like school. Maybe you don't remember that. There's a lot we could unpack, but the thing is that not only is it a problem, it's a problem that we don't see it as a problem. And it's as old as Shakespeare, and we seem pretty much fine with it. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like a snail unwillingly to school. And yes, I agree when you say it's more complicated than that. It is. Kids like coming to see their friends. Different kids like different specific things that they do, like art, music, reading, sports, math, science. And they like their teachers. We are, as a rule, a pretty likable group. But the project of school, which is different from the project of learning, where kids are expected to learn things they never expressed an interest in learning and then are judged on the outcomes, the kids are not so into that. Oh, and did I mention that they are placed in competition one against the other, sorted in rank order down to the 100th place, and then told that their success is entirely up to them and their failure a reflection only of them? Also, they have to ask permission to go to the bathroom. John Holt in 1964 wrote about conversations with some folks in which he talked about all this. One of the things he heard was, well, they have to learn about the real world, and another was, well, I had to put up with it, why shouldn't they? That second one is kind of gross, but the first reveals a number of misunderstandings around what the real world is like. It contains the profoundly troubling idea that school for our kids is not the real world. We compel attendance for more than a dozen years, and then we assert that it's not real. That is some expert level, subtle, abusive, extractive, gaslighty messaging going on. So let's be clear. Whatever else is going on, those years are the lives the kids are living. School is as real as it gets, and the kids are telling us what they think about that as plainly as they can. For example, did you notice between 2010 and 2015 the remarkable wave of young adult novels in dystopian settings? Did you wonder what that was all about? Art reveals the ethos, values, and beliefs of a culture, including a youth culture. The dystopian book boom was not just some random trend in youth fiction reflecting their ideas about society at large. The reason these novels are loved by innumerable kids around the world is because they reflect the feelings and lives that kids are living right now in school. So check this out. Kids are divided up by class according to where their parents stood in the social and geographical order. They're given arbitrary rules to operate by. Successes and failures accumulate over time and follow them until the end, determining outcomes. And they win by doing better than other kids, and their merit is expressed exactly in terms of how they perform relative to other kids. And their goal is to earn a place in the world of the adults who set them on this path in the first place. So which one is that? Hunger Games, Maze Runner, Harry Potter? It's hard to tell. Is it the one where discipline is meted out by positional authority? Are carceral methods used to control behavior? Is the space supervised by someone with a weapon? Do you have to ask permission to go to the bathroom? In the work I've done over the past 7 years, I've prioritized the importance of student engagement. I often, maybe too often, point out that assessments don't show us what kids know, they show us what kids are willing to show us that they know. It's always an option for a kid to opt out. I have more than once had kids say to me, look, Mr. Chapin, just give me the 0 and stop talking to me. In the economy of diminishment that some kids are forced to swim in, a 0 is a small price to pay for a short time of peace and dignity. So yeah, it's not as simple as kids don't like school, but the complexity revealed by what kids are telling us about their lived experiences should not comfort us. In every one of these novels, there's a good adult who does what they can to protect the kid from the system. And we all see ourselves as that adult. And for some kids, we are that adult. But for many kids, we are the system or the tools that they need protection from. Assessment for learning and performance assessment tap into the complexity of kids' experiences. They are one way that kids can move away from something that kids are coerced into doing and towards something where the kid is a collaborator or co-conspirator in the project of their own learning, if not the project of school. Therefore, it is more ethical, equitable, and we ought to be doing it.